Hi, my name is Brooke Friesen, and I decided to choose the quote, "You can no more win a war than you can win an earthquake." So we all know how earthquakes can be super detrimental to our lives and environment, especially living in California, where they are quite frequent. We all know the casualties just from lives and just our situations and environment and damage and money it can cost. And it's just very, especially in extreme cases, they can be very bad. The same can be said for war. I think the war in question in the quote could be not only physical war, like fighting across overseas or in other countries, but I think it can also be sort of a mental war between different people. I think this quote can apply to physical war. I think that it can also apply to relationships as well as friendships. So I think that in physical war, a lot of the time, what we're fighting over just isn't worth it. In my opinion, I think that the casualties due to soldiers is just not worth what we're fighting over, having it usually be material objects. I think that a lot of it could just be avoided if we had more peace. I think that coming to the second point, I believe that in our relationships with one another, that war is not beneficial in any way, because if you were fighting, say, with a significant other, if you were in a marriage and you guys had a disagreement, I think it would be far better to just talk it out and just communicate your issues and maybe come to a conclusion or some kind of in the middle agreement. And I think that causing a war over said arguments instead of a normal discussion and regular communication is so much less beneficial, because things can be said that one doesn't mean, or like it could just cause harm to the relationship overall. Even if you do win, what are you really winning, at what cost, rather than both of you win by finding somewhere in the middle to meet. As well as in friendships, being my third point, I think that it's not worth losing a friend just coming out and winning the argument or war. I think you should always just discuss what you're feeling with other people and just come to some sort of, I'm saying it again, but middle ground is always the best thing to focus on, because winning a war is not worth losing someone in your life who's important to you. I think that in conclusion, these wars that we're fighting are just overall not worth it at all. I think that they cause more harm than good. And I think when you're fighting these wars, it's just so much better to not try and focus on being right. It's just so much just like an earthquake, just do what you can to make the best of the situation and do the best that you can do in order to have the least amount of casualties.